We will move forward now to honor our grant recipients, and I am going to turn it over to Louis for this.
This is exciting. We have a couple of grant recipients that have really moved to do a lot in the community, not only with Restore Together, but even prior to Restore Together, and we hope to extend their ability to do more. The first organization is an organization called Friends Community School. It's in College Park, Maryland. It is a part of the Friends community, and they do so much for the community as it relates to social justice. Our children were there for a few years. My son, very, very young. And every opportunity he sees, he talks about some social justice issue that he's going to overcome. And has done that since very, very young. And it wasn't just him. We've seen that throughout the school and throughout that community. So we want to acknowledge that by providing them a $1,500 grant over the next 3 years. It'll be broken out, $500 a year over the next few years. And it's our goal that within cities across the country and across the world that we do hundreds of those grants to organizations that are doing those types of things and getting involved with initiatives. Over the last few years, we've probably gathered close to 1,000 coats and hats and gloves from the Friends Community School that we've distributed throughout the Christmas season. So they've been very active with Restore Together, and we just say thank you so much. So won't you come up and accept this grant award from Restore Together, amen?
Which one's on?
Either one.
Larry has a booming voice. He doesn't need a mic.
I usually don't need a mic. First off, I'd really like to thank Louis and Demetra, number one, for sharing their children with us for a couple of years. They made a remarkable difference and contribution to our community, but also for this award. You know, as a school, and a lot of speakers have spoken about children and education and the need for young leadership, I want you to know that there are a lot of schools out there doing very, very important work. As a school, I think we feel strongly about the need to develop children's minds and attitudes, to look at history differently, to ask hard questions, and dig deep for answers. So we try to train minds, but we also feel as a Quaker school it's really important to train hearts, to think about those in need, and to work with people, and to partner with all kinds of organizations, Restore Together and many others that have come our way and asked for help or that we've approached. But there's something about, particularly our school and our culture, I think that makes a difference. We're a small school committed to Prince George's County, and every year in October, our teachers start talking. What are we going to do to celebrate Martin Luther King this year? In October. I mean, we don't start planning the Christmas show until November. And this year, Reverend McLean talked about the importance of the Children's March. This year, our teachers in October said, we need to do something to help our children understand the role of children during the movement. And we started planning. And I remember when the teacher's verse showed up in my office and said, we have a plan, and they started describing it, and I said, tell me more. And we're going to march across Kenilworth Avenue, which is a very busy highway, and we're going to a local park, and we're going to have student speakers there, and we're going to sing songs of the movement, and children are going to understand what that meant. And we did. Just yesterday, we took care of all those plans. It was really interesting. Funny how sometimes have changed a bit. One phone call to the local police got an escort, a friendly escort the whole way, unlike what the children of Birmingham had to deal with. And the children determined who the speakers would be. And young children stood up. They didn't know to be intimidated. But our next to last speaker was a 7th grade young man who was new to us in school. And he had his speech. It was a page long in his hand, and he stepped up to the podium and he froze. You know that feeling, probably, Louis. He froze. And his friends in front of him started. You can do it, Noah. Talk to us, Noah. And he opened with, my mother says the most important thing in the world is love. And he went on to tell us about a world that he lives in, a world where he sees violence, oppression, injustice, and he is convinced that his mother is right, that all of those can be overtaken if we simply love each other. It's part of the heart of our school. It's part of the mission of our school. And I hope one and all will come join us sometime. Thank you again for this award.